So I think that I personally think there's not enough research done on hormones, so I'm really looking forward to Elena's talk, because she's going to talk about the hormonal system, obviously not just the impact it has on women, but also on men as well. And as she said to me earlier, she's very keen to have a simple life. And of course life is all about polarity, so she has a very complicated life, which she'll also talk to you about as well. So please put your hands together for Elena Kujana.
So let me thank you all for being here today, and also internet. Warm welcome. And tervetuloa Suomi, ihanaa, että olette mukana. Ja ilman teitä en olisi täällä. So the topic today is mental health and hormonal system. Interesting. And why it is important to you? Because mental health and hormonal system is really part of the self-healing process. That is why it's important for all of us. And it belongs to our daily life. This picture tells you what I've been working for latest couple of years. I do love simplicity. That is why maybe I got the most complexity multidimensional system that maybe can be in human life. I'm also midwife, so this is actually I'm interested in the subject. So it is communication, it is multidimensional network and part of the many other systems. So how many of you have seen this picture or this kind of picture or chakra systems? Hands up. Great, yes. This is maybe more simple. So, hormonal provide the means to control physiological processes. And in mental health we know there are old brains and new brains. There are plus and minus, or minus and plus. There are differences in input and output in old brain and new brain. There are yin and yang, and today I will put 3 systems together. So there are hormonal system, autonomic nervous system, and immune system. And I want to thank Penny to being practical, because now there will be a little theory that we will run quite. This is for future research. And hormone, the word comes from Greece and means either speed up or slow down. Plus and minus, or minus or plus. There are chemical messengers secreted by endocrine glands directly into the blood, which carries them to organs and tissues of the body to exert their functions. Their effect is specific, and basically hormone glands are ductless except thyroid gland. I have given names to these little glands and also to hormones. And I would say that hormones are like our own dictator. But how chemical communication is controlled? They target to distant organs to control and regulate body's internal environment, so-called homeostasis and behavior. The body has a need to reach and maintain a certain state of sensory system have a set point for variety of things. Once set a point, systems will work to keep the internal states at these levels. Ideal state. This will produce the desired response in the body. The set points are for temperature, weight, sleep, thirst, hunger, and there are ability to detect deviations from this set point. Behavioral and physiological responses are designed to return the body to this set point. There are human motivational theory that include drive reduction theory, suggesting homeostatic imbalances create needs. In order to restore balance, the need for homeostasis generates a drive to perform actions that will restore the body to its ideal state. So we come to the imbalanced state. And the chemical balance in the brain will change when hormonal feedback reaches the brain. Tension will be activated and metabolism changed. This means imbalanced state and need to balance the imbalanced state through feedback. And emotion is energy, but also message imbalance in the brain. Okay, our lovely urine. Yesterday many asked what is urine. I hope this will tell you more about how you can look at this urine with different angles. Urine, there are stimuli and responses, there are transmitters and signaling and receiver system, and our lovely hormones, there are receptors and target cells. So all is communication, all is information, and there are specific messages, as we meta include our meta meaning. There are different forms to produce a signal to induce changes in the cell. This signaling alters the behavior or differentiation of these cells. And this signaling is mostly utilized a relatively streamlined set of receptors and pathways. Okay, there are cellular and then there are systematic ways. Response to stimuli. And our endocrine signaling system, ISS, is an informational signaling system like the nerve system and also immune system. Yet its effects are different. Effects are slow to initiate and prone to in-day response. And hormonal glands are key organs in endocrine system. Glands are target for signals coming from the brain. And in response to these signals, glands will release hormones into the bloodstream. There are different kind of chemical structure of hormones as a messenger. That will create different function in the signaling system. That means transporting the information and creating response. There are steroid hormones that act through intracellular receptors, and then there are peptide hormones acting by binding to the present on the cell surface. There are differences. So, endocrine glands, they are sensitive to the concentration of either the hormone they produce or the substance that activates them. If the concentration of the hormone or substance is lower than normal, it will activate the gland. If the concentration is high, it will stop production of the hormone. It is referred negative feedback system. And endocrine glands can be activated directly by nerve stimulation. When hormone activates the cell membrane receptors, the cell will be triggered chemically. So, CNS, Central Nervous System and hormones, work together through hypothalamus. And hypothalamus is like a connector. It works through pituitary posterior, and it's like a controller. Plus, there is pineal gland that can be called like a converter. Let's look about it a little deeper later. Brain will work. Brain will get body's information by nerves and bloodstream. That means the feedback is both mechanical and chemical. Especially, they work together in state of moods. And there are thymus and thymosin linking through immune system. Well, what is the boss in ISS? Hypothalamus is the boss. And neural control center for all endocrine system by collecting information. It regulates by its autonomic nerve signaling pituitary gland and affects where it has been recognized. So response has been made. And there are really complex set of direct influences and feedback interactions among these glands. Okay, hormones and feedback. Every hormone has a feedback, automatic feedback system directly between the glands and its master glands. Glands and master glands. Hormonal production will be either activated or inactivated. Again, these polarities plus and minus or minus and plus. Hormone secretion is controlled process and varies throughout the lifetime. They are very important and very complex. So there are stimuli that is internal and external. And this cause of responses is stimulate or inhibit stimulation. And now we have interesting follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. So there is equilibrium, homeostasis, learning. I do like learning. I also think in the same way that learning is important in life. Yes? Yeah. That is also why I love meta health, because there is again the meta meaning and how we can use these specific messengers of our body. So there is also regulation and mediate the general adaptation system. Again, adapting is important. Thalamus is informational transmitter and controller. So when I made this presentation, I made a thought, how would I tell you hormonal system as a one or two word? And these are those names I have given them. So hypothalamus is informational transmitter and controller. Controller center for many automatic function of the peripheral nerve system, transmit information to different nerves, muscles and glands, releases and signals hormones that will be targeted to the pituitary gland. It synthesizes and secretes releasing hormones that in turn stimulate or inhibit secretion of pituitary hormones, and is part of the limbic system. So, there are pituitary anterior that can be named as a master executor. What does it mean when pituitary anterior is a master executor? That gland influences the secretion of nearly all other glands. It produces 6 major hormones, and each pituitary hormone controls the secretion of a specific target peripheral gland. The secretions of peripheral gland control the release of regulatory hormone from the hypothalamus. And in meta-health, the brain layer is brainstem. That means in stress phase there are plus, and when there are regeneration phase there are minus in the function. The themes and emotions, they are not being able to get emotional. I really cannot. This is also part of my life. I cannot do, especially I cannot speak English, because also Finnish has been my challenge. So, here I am. Yes. Being too small or not being able to nurture or provide for family. Then there are pituitary posterior. It can be said to be a lover and antennas orientator. But we have to put our antennas to where we want to put them, because otherwise someone else says or puts our antennas. Why shouldn't we put ourselves, our antennas? Unconditional love. So, it consists of neural tissues which are bridged between the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. Neurosecretory cells produce, store and release 2 hormones, and they are antidiuretic and oxytocin hormones. Target of antidiuretic hormone ADH are the kidney collecting tubules. Interesting. Comes later. And target of oxytocin hormone are breast and uterus. Oxytocin is a wellness and bonding hormone. It plays role in maternal behaviors, bond healings, social recognition, empathy, trust, fear, sexual orgasm and arousal. And the brain layer is the cerebral cortex. Now you can see there is the link between brainstem and cerebral cortex that Diana yesterday talked about. Is very important to get the bridge through cerebral cortex and brainstem to be able to heal. And the theme is some kind of device sensitivity. There are the antennas that are searching for. What are they searching for? Are they searching for fear? Are they searching for happiness? Are they searching for unconditional love? Or maybe something else? So, this interesting pineal gland. What is converter? As a Finnish woman, what is this word? What does it mean? In pineal gland, it means that it connects the endocrine system with the nerve system, in that it converts nerve signals from the sympathetic system of the peripheral nerve system into the hormonal signals. It's also known as the epiphysis cerebri in the vertebrate brain. And it receives sympathetic and parasympathetic innervation. It is a source of melatonin, so it can also be said that it's a timekeeper. It plays central role in the regulation of circadian rhythm. And it has been said that hormone melatonin can protect against neurodegeneration. Interesting. But what is the brain layer? Descartes believed the gland to be the principal set of the soul and viewed it like a third eye. It's not isolated from the body by the blood-brain barrier, so there is a connection from the body. And it's surrounded by connective tissue and consists mainly of pineal shoots. Important is that it influences the pituitary gland secretion of the FSH, follicular stimulating hormone, and LH, lutein hormone, through some other transmitting molecules. And even today, it has been asked for the effects of melatonin, and it has remained incompletely understood. So let's run again. Next is thyroid, and again I thought, what is the word that could be a concept of thyroid gland? And there came energy regulator. It releases thyroid hormones to the blood. And again, our genius meta-health system tells that brain layer is brainstem, as it seems to be in the most of the endocrine glands. So there are plus and minus, and in stress phase that means the function, the action will be some kind of activated. The theme there is inability to reach or get rid get rid of oneself of a chunk or aim. So again, there is a speed. We have hurry up, and that was also my life some times ago. When there was a lot of hurry, I studied, I was midwife, I was wife, mother, I did everything this at the same time, and then my life was turned down or upside down, and I did not have hurry anymore. Interesting. And now I'm here talking about our hormonal system. Okay, there are also another brain layer, that is cerebral cortex, that is coaching thyroid excretory ducts that can be said to be an energy converter. And What does it mean? Thyroid gland was formerly an exocrine gland and developed into an endocrine gland secreting its hormones into the bloodstream. The residues of the exocrine ducts so like as a fistulae in both sides, and these ducts lie inside the thyroid. Now we are talking about cerebral cortex, and there are mental health and our handedness. So the handedness is meaningful when we talk about these themes. There are archaic excretory, and that deals with frontal fear, being afraid of forthcoming threat. What is coming there? I don't know. And then another side is ductus tuberculosis, that there are helplessness and powerless. Helpless, powerless, incapable, ineffective, too passive, impotent, weak. This is a little different that I can, but this is absolutely, I am too weak. I cannot be capable. Parathyroid. Interesting little glands inside the thyroid. They can be said to be empowerer and authorizer. These glands control the amount of calcium in the blood, and calcium is the most strong substance what we have. That is why there is the power, empower, and it controls the amount of calcium in the blood and within the bones, maintaining the body's calcium level within very narrow range, so that the nerve and muscular system can function properly. Brain layer again is brainstem, and themes there are being not able to capture a morsel or get rid of it because of muscle function. Should be fast enough or should be more powerful. What if not? What if it's like an idiot or too slow, or maybe today I love this thymus. It is initiator, supporter and selector. You can see it's not in the picture. I put it the heart there. It's important to consider thymus because immune system is part of these three systems working together when dealing with communication. Thymus contribute the immune system and support homeodynamics. Thymus deal with development of identity, acceptance and tolerance. Very important. It's bonding acceptance in environment and cerebral cortex. Then there are medulla, and medulla is there are brainstem that deals with survival and on identity. Pancreas, I put here energy founder. We need sugar. There must be insulin. There must be glucagon, and they are searching for energy. There are alpha islet cells that is here already discussed. There are beta islet cells, the same. Again, what is the handedness that makes matter? Adrenal medulla, it is like a pity converter. It converts amino acid tyrosine into water-soluble catecholamine hormones. And brain stem is the coaching adrenal medulla and deals with overall survival stress. In stress phase, there are high levels of adrenaline, noradrenaline, and dopamine. And then there are adrenal cortex that can be said to be an energy header or rectifier. And this cholesterol is actually interesting, actually in Europe, maybe also in the United States. Cortisol will negatively feedback to inhibit both hypothalamus and pituitary. And what is the brain layer? Brain layer is cerebral medulla, and the theme there is self-expression. Self-expression. How can people express themselves if they are not walking in their own path? If they are taking everything outside and also maybe thoughts and emotions from outside, would it be easier live life and walk through own path? Life givers. So woman ovaries belong to the also cerebral medulla, and the theme is traumatic loss. And again, we are dealing with cerebral medulla, and there is the expression of oneself as a woman. We need men, women need men, so there are men and testicles. So there are the same themes, but little different angle because they are men. Thank you and participating, and welcome to my workshop at Wednesday.
Thank you very much. Gosh, a lot of information. Thank you so much. Very, very interesting indeed. Food for thought. Just before we have our break,